Hey, what's up everyone? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review we are looking at the SH Figuarts one-piece PORTGAS D Ace figure. This is Luffy's brother. Not the most prevalent character in the show, but they did make a figure of him. I wish they made Zoro instead, but they made this guy. A lot of people don't really like this figure too much. I both really like it and am not so impressed with it in certain areas. Really, the only problem I have, people say he's too skinny, I don't really mind that, he looks alright, is the face. It doesn't really look like Ace to me. He looks a lot more Weasley than he should. We only have 3 faces for him. There it is. So we have the normal face, the smirking face, and then the eating fish face. So that's okay. None of them really look quite like him, so that's my biggest complaint. Everything else is alright. The body looks good, there's shading throughout, paints are pretty clean. He's got some good size to him. He is about 6 inches tall, pretty close, a little bit under, but he's a little bulkier than Luffy and then Sanji, so that's okay. He's got all of his iconic markings and everything, so that's fine. He's got a lot of cool accessories. It does come with a base that says PORTGAS D Ace on it. It has a standard Smashi upright, so that's nothing special. We'll not bother showing you that. You saw the hat. So the hat fits on over his normal head. He doesn't have an alternate head for the hat. So it's a little oversized and it looks a little off while it's on, if that makes any sense. But it does fit and it doesn't look horrible, so that's okay. He does have his necklace here. It doesn't really fit on him. It's not sculpted that well. It probably should go this way. But it still doesn't hang quite right. So it could be better. The knife here is articulated. I think it can come out, but it seems to not want to for some reason. I did not buy this new, so it was already in there, so I'm not positive on that. It's really well detailed, but I'm not sure if it can come out. It definitely can't come out of the sheath. He has a bunch of fire effects because he's Fire Fist Ace. So this one, you have to pop his hand off and then you can slide it over his arm. It's not permanent. It's really nicely made though. It's really translucent and has some nice shading on it. He has another one that can snap onto his thigh. Let's just put it on right here. Nope, not that way, this way. Is that the one? No, this one goes on his leg. Losing my mind here. Get on there. You can put it this way, but it's meant to go this way. Like that, and snaps on. So that's pretty cool. And then this one is the one that snaps onto his thigh. I'm not a big fan of the sculpt on this one. Which way does it go? Does it go that way or that way? I just had it on, and now I can't get it to go on. Maybe I stretched it out. I put it on the other leg, so I probably stretched it out. But either way, it's meant to go right there. It's a little loose right now because I stretched it out, but it's okay. And they're all nice and translucent, so that's cool. Now we have some other fire effects. As you can see, he's got a pointing finger, that has the tip of his finger on fire. So that's really nicely done. I love that. He's got that for this side as well. There it goes. Let me pick that up. So we have the fire hand on this side, fire finger, because he can shoot bullets out of his fingers, which is why we also have these hands, the ones that have the gun fingers like that. The cool thing about that is each hand comes with an effect part that snaps on, if you put it on the right way, to him shooting the fire bullets out of his fingers, and that looks really cool. I like that they gave us those accessories, especially if you use both hands at the same time. So it's pretty nice. We also have some pointing fingers here and some open hands. We do not have any fists, unfortunately. That would have been nice considering his name is Fire Fist Ace, but that's okay, it's not horrible. Let's take a look at the articulation of this guy. The head is on a ball hinge on top of the neck. The neck is on a ball peg, so that moves around. Shoulders on a ball peg in the torso. Then we have the ball hinge for the shoulder itself. Biceps swivel. It says Ace on the side, but I'm not sure why it's spelled like that. I think that has something to do with translation, but I'm not positive. I think there's 2 spellings, one with PORTGAS having an E at the end and Ace having the S in it, and then one that's spelled like that. So I'm not sure what's up. Somebody, maybe if you know, you can tell me. We have a single hinge for the elbow, not much more than 90 degrees, but it's not horrible and it's definitely good enough. The wrists have a ball hinge with a peg for the hand, so that'll swivel around and do everything you want it to do. The torso, really good range of motion, at least a single ball peg. It might be a double, but I think it's a single. So we have the forward and back, side to side, a little rotation there. The waist has a single ball peg, but again, pretty good range of motion. A little bit of waist twist. Using both joints, you can twist him probably far enough. For the hips, we have the pivoting ball pegs so they can drop down and then pose. So you have the ball peg in the socket there with the thigh swivel around that. Double jointed knees, not the best design with the shorts, but I don't know how they could have done it any better with the long shorts. So I'm not complaining. I think it looks pretty good. I don't know why people are complaining so much about that, or have complained about that. Then we have a ball hinge for the ankles. I don't know why they used that color plastic. It should have been a gray hinge to match the boot. But we do get a pretty good range of motion. You can rotate it and get your ankle rocker and anything you want out of that. So that's pretty good. It's just the wrong color. Then they gave him this really horrible toe hinge, which is useless. So I don't like that at all. Not at all. So he's not perfect. He's not even great. He might be the weakest out of the whole batch, but he has some cool accessories, and he's going to pose really well with all of the flame parts and putting this on his hand. So I do like the figure. I like the character more than I like the figure, unfortunately, just because I think it could have been better. But it's still pretty darn good. So if you like it, he's not too much money typically, and you can find him for a decent price. You probably should pick him up if you like the character. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more figure reviews, custom figures, and other good stuff. And in the meantime, keep collecting.